What are some steps individuals can take to recognize and break free from trauma-driven patterns in different areas of their life?
Come work with me and me alone.
There you go. That's a perfect start. And I always say, especially when you're at the beginning of your healing journey, but even throughout, but you definitely need to work with a trauma therapist. Trauma
Mm,
therapist, somebody who knows trauma and knows how to work with trauma. Uh-oh.
yeah.
Hang on a second. Sorry, it's a phone and my phone's going off. I turned everything off and I forgot to turn that off. Doggone it. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, guys, you're gonna
That's
have
pretty
to edit
funny.
this out. Doggone there. Okay, it's done. Okay, sorry.
It gave me a chance to scratch an itch on my
Oh,
head that I
that's been
didn't wanna
probably
scratch.
probably itchy for a while.
I
Oh,
was like, "No, I can't scratch it, it's unprofessional."
let me go throw the phone outside. Hold on. Hold on. Stop. Okay, sorry about that. I literally threw the phone out. Hopefully that works. Okay. Anyway, where were we? Where were we? Okay, so what are some individuals can take and recognize to break free from, okay. And you were
To
saying,
break
come
free.
work with you. Yes.
That's right, come work with me alone. Um,
Which is
no,
a good start.
actually.
That is a good start.
Actually, I have a whole team of people, but that's not why I'm here. Um, some of my parts are like, "Come on, Jen, why'd you say that?"
I like it. No, and we're going to share all that information. That's no. That was actually a great comeback.
Um, no, what my parts are concerned about inside is because I'm actually myself, I'm actually moving away from doing individual therapy because I have such a passion to reach more people
Yeah.
at one time. And so, yeah,
Do you want us to cut
that's
that
why
part
they're
out?
like, um, yeah, actually that would be more authentic.
Okay, so guys, cut that part out and I'm just going to I'll just reread the question.
Yeah. And actually, Lisa, your video is a bit blurry. Is it
Oh.
blurry on your
Oh, it
end?
is. Oh no. What's going on here?
That's better.
There. Okay.
All right, that's clear now.
Okay. So I'll just reread the question. So we'll start from here. So just cut that out, guys. Okay. What are some steps individuals can take to recognize and break free from trauma-driven patterns in in different areas of their life?
That's a great question. And depending on the person's comfort level with, I'll say, doing the work needed to become free, the individual may be more comfortable, first of all, learning more.
Yeah.
Maybe watching a video from hopefully a reputable source. Maybe reading The Body Keeps the Score
Yeah.
or some other book from a person who knows what they are talking about. Plenty of misinformation out there for sure.
Mhm.
Personally, I love IFS therapy, internal family systems therapy, and there are plenty of resources that the IFS people put out. Richard Schwartz is the one who developed it. He has plenty of resources out there. Jay Early also has put a lot of resources out there too.
Okay.
So there's a lot. So, first of all, growing and understanding of what trauma is and how it can affect people, those are huge and they can be very freeing in and of themselves. And then certainly working with a therapist who knows trauma
Mhm.
and has effective interventions for trauma. Trauma focused groups. Again, not for group therapy isn't for everybody, But when we have a good candidate for group therapy can just
Yeah,
make things tons better because I'm not alone in what I've got going on. I'm
exactly.
not the only crazy person
Yep.
here, although I have yet to meet a crazy person in this line of work. And then we're doing this journey together. Art therapy
Mhm.
specifically can be great in accessing. We have an art therapist at my practice, and I've seen how she will help clients to access parts of themselves that talk therapy would not have readily been able to access. It's fascinating.
Mhm.
It's fascinating. So those are my initial thoughts.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially with the trauma therapy, and I've mentioned it so many times on my podcast that it's really important that we do see a trauma therapist, someone who specializes in trauma, because our therapy is different than just regular talk therapy, and there's modalities that will help us. There's definitely a place for talk therapy. I'm not downplaying that, but when it comes to our trauma, we need experts that understand it and help us work through it. So definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And then earlier in our time here, I referenced rapid resolution
Hmm.
therapy. And if it's all right, I'd like to talk a bit
Sure.
about that. Cool. So, rapid resolution therapy deals with specific traumatic memories. Okay. So, a one time thing. And if the trauma is something that happened over a longer course of time, then using this intervention that I'm going to describe, we would need to hit on like the key memories that keep popping up, and that will go far in essentially neutralizing the whole lot. But this is how it works. Rapid resolution therapy will basically take the sting, take the anxiety, take pretty much the crux of the trauma response out of a memory by neutralizing it. And the way that we do it is, let's say it's a memory of I'll be a little bit silly again, not a regular example, but being hit by a train, okay? So this memory of being hit by a train and the person keeps, re-experiencing visions of the train bearing down, and the train whistle is sounding and the brakes are screeching and all of that. And so these things keep getting replayed as flashbacks, as nightmares, as intrusive thoughts. And so the way the process works is, first I have the person establish a calm, safe place. So a place with no negative associations. It can be anywhere, but I have the person really imagine self to be there using the five senses as a way of really grounding and really having that peace and, more importantly, that sense of safety. So once the person is in the calm, safe place, I then say, okay, pretend that I'm a reporter gathering the details of your story, of this traumatic incident. You're going to stay in the safe place and you're just going to give me the details, not like you're going back into the memory, but sort of like you're watching it on a screen far away. So you are detached. I don't want you having to go back and relive it. And I'm just writing down details. And if you find that you're going back into the memory and getting distressed, we'll pause and get you back to the safe place. So then, and this is really the hardest part of the process because they do often go back into the memory, but I just
Mhm.
bring it back out and have them go to the safe place. So I'm taking down notes. Then, with them continuing to be in the safe place, I retell the memory back to them, but I purposefully get all the details wrong. What happens is when we access the memory, that's like opening up the memory for the brain. And then when we are reprocessing the memory by me retelling it back to them, but getting everything wrong, and they have to correct me. So I might say, this happened at night. No, it was during the day. You were wearing blue pants. No, I was wearing sweatpants, and on and on and on. And it's that back and forth while the person continues staying in the safe place and feeling safe, feeling calm.
Oh,
It's that back and forth that forces the brain to relearn the memory, but it's associating it now with the calm, safe feeling, and that's what neutralizes the memory. So after we go back and forth and we reprocess the whole thing, then I check in with the client at the end and I say, "How's that memory feel?" And the person's like, "Oh, wow, I don't really feel anything." I mean, yeah, it happened. It was horrible. It was so scary, but then I was okay. Like I recovered and I'm okay. And they're surprised. They're sitting there
Yeah.
telling me this and they are surprised. So I learned about this technique from a book called The Therapeutic Aha by Courtney Armstrong. I'm 97% sure that I got the name right. But the book is called The Therapeutic Aha. And of course, I don't have it right here, but it was a fascinating, fascinating book. And learning this technique has made a world of difference for my clients.